The coronavirus emergency hits a new level. Another case confirmed in the tri-state. Now doctors warn the virus appears to be spreading. Tonight is a race against time to stop the spread of the novel coronavirus and to find anyone who came into contact with that second person infected in New York State.
Schools, universities, offices, and a temple now scrambling to keep that virus under control.
The second patient is a man in his 50s who lives in New Rochelle. Tonight, the New York City Health Department says he is in severe condition. The father's 2 children also being tested right now. The entire family in quarantine.
The number of coronavirus infections across the country is increasing. More than 120 cases in 16 states. 9 people have died, all in Washington state.
We have team coverage tonight, starting with News 4's Anjali Hemphill live at New York Columbia Presbyterian Hospital in Washington Heights with new information on that second infected patient. Anjali.
Well, the state's second confirmed coronavirus patient is a lawyer from Westchester County who works in Manhattan. He became ill back on February 22nd, and he's now in critical condition here at Columbia Presbyterian Hospital. Officials now identifying the workplace of New York City's latest coronavirus patient as the small law firm Lewis and Garbuz, located in this building on 42nd Street, across from Grand Central Terminal, where hundreds of thousands of people pass through each day.
We're in the busiest city in the world, next to the busiest train station in the world, of course.
Officials believe this is New York City's first case of person-to-person spread. The man in his 50s lives in Westchester, but works in Manhattan and is believed to already have an underlying health issue.
Obviously, we're very concerned because of what appears to be previous respiratory condition, which creates more danger.
Mayor Bill de Blasio won't say how the man commutes to work, but even if he uses public transportation, the mayor says it's not critical to the spread of the virus.
You cannot contract it through casual contact, so the subway is not the issue. The train is not the issue. The issue is prolonged, consistent contact.
Meanwhile, MTA crews have been deployed around the city to desanitize subway trains and stations every 72 hours. And the city's disease detectives are tracking anyone who's been in close contact with that patient.
In the case of the small law firm, there are 7 people who work at the firm who have been identified by the Department of Health as worthy of follow-up.
You have to be cautious that you possibly are going to impact everybody.
We are still waiting for test results for the husband of New York's first confirmed case. That's a Manhattan woman who recently returned from Iran. Her husband is currently self-quarantined at home. We're live tonight from Washington Heights. Anjali Hemphill, News 4, New York.
All right, Anjali, thank you. And as we mentioned, doctors tonight racing to trace the virus and find anyone who might have come in contact with the Westchester patient. This map right here shows some of the places taking precautions: schools, daycares, colleges, offices, and the Young Temple of New Rochelle. News 4's Checky Beckford is at the temple tonight. Checky, we understand that hundreds of congregants have now been ordered to self-quarantine tonight.
And Natalie, those were congregants who were here 2 days last month. The temple itself has been told to cancel all its services indefinitely, though we did see people arriving here this evening. They told us they were given about an hour to collect all of their belongings, uncertain exactly when the synagogue would reopen. One member arriving at the shuttered Temple Young Israel says he is nervous after another congregant became ill from novel coronavirus. Those who attended services on February 22nd and a funeral and bat mitzvah on February 23rd ordered by health officials to self-quarantine until March 8th at the very earliest.
It's definitely scary for us to be here right now.
In Washington Heights, students at Yeshiva University, where the patient's son attends classes, are also worried. Health officials say the undergrad is symptomatic and in quarantine with the rest of his family.
I already have friends who have known they've been in contact with the YU student who is quarantined. They've actually self-quarantined themselves in their dorm room, their apartment right now, and it's scary.
Some take issue with the university's decision to continue classes as usual.
And I think that it's kind of irresponsible for the school that we still have classes right now.
But some instructors have canceled classes on their own.
My teacher canceled class today for the next week and a half.
The university also says a grad student at Cardozo Law School in Manhattan who had contact with the patient's law firm has self-quarantined, though they are showing no symptoms. In Riverdale, where the patient's daughter attends SAR High School, administrators there decided to close their doors, though she is asymptomatic.
There is a lot of links, community-wise between the high school, the elementary school, parents, social events.
Links that health investigators are now trying to connect as the search for people potentially exposed intensifies. And the ripple effect spread to other schools as well. The Westchester Day School in Mamaroneck and the Westchester Torah Academy in White Plains also closed because of some kind of connection to that patient. We're live in New Rochelle tonight. Checky Beckford, News 4 New York.
Checky, thank you. One more note about the coronavirus tonight. Rutgers University joining a growing list of colleges and universities suspending all of their study abroad and international spring break programs. This affects about 200 students. The college is telling those students to self-quarantine and to stay away from the campus. Just click on NBCNewYork.com or tap on the NBC4 New York app for the latest on the coronavirus outbreak. We have an interactive map that shows the worldwide spread of the virus in real time. Just search Virus Map.